boss. Told you.
They are coming to trick your mind. Get your vote in kind. When they win, they say bye-bye. And when you're down, they pass you by. They are coming again. Why, election time. They will come and I see them coming. Trying to get my thumbprint. This is Sheriff Garland, I stay what? More fire.
Ya waleta matam sanga. Yabo.
Hey, badaya, bawala die, badaya, bawala die, hey, badaya, bawala die, bada, da, wala die, hey, badaya, bawala die, badaya, bawala die, hey, badaya, bawala die, bada, da, wala die, badaya, bawala
Well, my name Blakk Rasta, and I want to say thank you so much. I do appreciate you and I do love you. This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Shonemo, where we speak truth to power. Here we don't criticize. If we must criticize, though, we will only do that under one condition. Yes, on one condition: to build and not to destroy. We are in the service of God and country. It's nothing personal. It's all about issues. I remember this segment is brought to you by the kind courtesy of Mark Bansi. Oh my God, proud producers of the wonderful African sense that seek to retell the African story. Call them on 0242-250-574. This is where we take stories from the newsreel and we keep it real. This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Shudamo, where we speak truth to power. And the very first story I want to take is coming from a Peace FM online. And it says, LGBTQ+. Are you the ones to teach us democracy? Kwesi Pratt blast U.S. Vice President. And I'm looking at it straight away. Kwesi Pratt has come hard on the Vice President of the United States of America, Kamala Harris, over her utterance during her visit to Ghana. Addressing the press at the Jubilee House, Kamala Harris declared the U.S. support for the homosexual community. Standing alongside Ghana's President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Mrs. Harris said, She felt very strongly about supporting the development of LGBTQ plus rights in Africa. I also say that this is an issue that we consider, and I consider to be a human rights issue, and that will not change, she said. On Wednesday, she also announced a $1 billion initiative to improve women's economic empowerment in Africa. Improving the economic status of women and girls is not only a matter of human rights, justice, and equity. It is also a strategic imperative that reduces poverty and promotes sustainable economic growth, she emphasized. But Mr. Pratt has blasted the United States over their position on Africa and how they seem to be imposing their rights on African countries. If you knew democracy, would racism be so rampant in your country? If you knew democracy, would you have gone to Iraq to kill 1 million people? You supported apartheid. You showed the way for Nelson Mandela to be arrested. Are you the ones to teach us democracy? He questioned. My brother, my sister, this is the Blakk Pot. I have said it time and again, my brother, my sister, that America is a very hypocritical political dispensation. In fact, America has never meant good for Africa. America sees Africa as its backyard. Anytime it needs to plant anything, it gets into this backyard, starts a garden, and goes ahead to plant anything at all. America sees Africa as its guinea pig. Anytime it needs one for its experiments, demonic ones, it just gets to Africa and picks up one guinea pig, and that's it. Listen, man. We have said this time and again, and it looks like we need to repeat. What Kwesi Pratt said is nothing but the truth. You don't need a microscope to be able to tell that America is a dirty gem, ready to infest Africa and Africans. Much as we love America, because of our history, in fact, we built America as black people. America without black people would be a non-entity. No two ways about that. They can argue it as much as they want, but we know that our ancestors built the very foundations of America all the way to the rooftop. We remember all the atrocities America meted out to us as a people. We are not going to gratify them. In fact, with a reminder of those heinous crimes against us. But when it comes to human rights, and we see people running helter-skelter from America, trying to make us feel like dummies who know nothing or next to nothing about human rights, it hurts me. And I've said this time and again. Now, when you are real and tell America straight up in his face, you are seen as anti-American. And the best thing they can do is to deny you a visa the next time you're traveling to America. Listen, that will not stop us from telling the truth. It will not stop us from telling America to the face what has to be told. Hear me now. America has enslaved more Africans than any other nation of the world. Not even the Arabs would compare. America has killed and maimed a lot more Africans than any other nation in the world. If we want to go through the days of slavery, America would be the capital of slavery. We saw how black people, including little children, were carried all the way from Africa and sent all the way to America. We remember the story of Otuba Kuguano. We remember the story of little children who were sent into the electric chair and killed. And if you want me to remind you of that, let us look at the story of Emmett. My brother, my sister, Master Emmett was just a little boy. In fact, a little boy, a teenager, 14 years old, just by making advances, as they claimed, at a white woman He was sent all the way into the gallows and put in the electric chair and killed right there in America. What rights? What did they do to the family? I can mention 1,000 more of this. Now somebody might say, okay, these were the days of slavery and the days of the Jim Crow laws. Now let us go to present day America. Look how black people are shut down on the streets of America. Black lives matter. Our people keep crying every day. See how racism is rife in America. See how people would visit with nothing but harm, all because of the color of your skin. We remember that until the mid-1900s, black people were not allowed to vote in a lot of the states in America because they were not considered as human beings. This is the country that is coming to teach me human rights. We have seen how America, that claims to be the master of democracy, has stretched its ugly hands in Africa and caused a lot of coup d'etats in this country. We know what happened in Iraq. We know what happened in Yemen. We know, my brother, my sister, what is still happening around the world with America unnecessarily interfering in the inner democracies of these countries. So when somebody like Kamala Harris comes into this country, and we are told that she even went all the way to Blakk Restaurant, they had to stop everybody from going to that restaurant only for her to go and taste fufu and abenkwine. Where is the democracy in stopping everybody from going to a restaurant so that you alone can enter there and eat fufu and abenkwine? Is that democracy? So anybody who was hungry at that time and needed to eat from Buka would have to die, all because the vice president of a very dangerous country was in this country and eating at the restaurant. And remember, when Agbeli Gbedema, aka Afro Gbede, traveled all the way to America in 1957 in October, I remember clearly, and went to a restaurant in America, he was kicked out all because he was black. Today, an American can come to Ghana, sack everybody from the restaurant at Blakk Restaurant, go into it because she wants to eat fufu and abenkwine and did not want anybody to look at her. My brother, my sister, are these the people who are going to teach us democracy? We might not have been in the democracy thing for so long, unlike America that has been in it for over 200 years. But we do know human rights, and at the same time, it's these principles that we have had inside us that have kept us alive all this while. Today, any Tom, Dick, and Harry can come into our country with $1, and that gives them the mandate to talk to us anyhow about anything. What I hate most is for a man to belittle you because of the $1 they are dangling in front of you so that they can force their values on you. From when I was born, this has been one of the things that I've fought all my life. Let me do things as my heart beats along and is abreast with my emotions. Let me do things as and when I deem fit, and not because you are standing, squeezing my neck and strangulating me to sign a certain charter. My brother, my sister, at this point, I would like to condemn our dirty leaders. One of those dirty leaders is Nana Akufo-Addo. Very dirty leader. An old man who is so dirty and has no common sense of patriotism. This is the president we have. As for this president, I don't want to say things that will sound hateful, but trust me, he's the worst president this country has ever had. And I know many people are waiting, my brother, my sister, to see him get out and find himself in hell. My brother, my sister, I leave it here. I'm reading this from Ghana Web, and it says another high-profile exit hits Ghana Police Service as COP Kofi Boakye retires this week. Barely a week after losing the highly rated Superintendent Efia Tinge, the Ghana Police Service is set to be hit with another high-profile exit as Commissioner of Police Kofi Boakye is set to retire on Wednesday, April 5, 2023. My brother, I leave it here. Efia Tinge is resigning, or better still has resigned, so that she can take up a political campaign. She wants to stand for MP, we are told. And for that matter, she has decided that it's time to bow out of this noble profession and get into the dirtiness of politics. My brother, my sister, many Ghanaians will see it as democratic. Many Ghanaians will sit back and say, oh yeah, she's got the right. Now let me walk you through a very short journey. Hear me now. Efia Tinge was the PRO of police, the Greater Accra region, the headquarters. Everybody liked her. I met her personally about twice or thrice. Very beautiful Efia Tinge. And very, very professional. Efia Tinge would grant interviews no matter to who, and she would make her voice unequivocably clear. Her communication crystal clear, that she could not be manipulated. When we heard Efia Tinge was going to be transferred, well, it is part of the police service and other such civil services. Now hear me now. Efia Tinge was sent all the way to the Volta region. Yes. And from that time, she's been quiet. She's been in oblivion. Of course, the wranglings in the capital cannot be compared to those in the Volta region. Many were those who said, oh, she should have stayed here. But sometimes we need the experienced workers to also go out there and impact on other areas like that. But hear me now. Many people thought that there was some bad blood between the Efia Tinge and the IGP. And others just brushed it off. Well, it was a professional move. And today, all of a sudden, Efia Tinge thinks that enough is enough with the Ghana Police Service. She wants to exit. May I find out two things? Has the police investigated enough to find out exactly why she is going away? Such a senior police officer, she just gets up and decides to exit and get into the uncertain world of politics. What is the guarantee that Efia Tinge is going to win the seat she's going to be running for? Why would she leave a bed in her hand, such a worthy big fat bed, as a senior police woman, throw that away and run after the vicissitudes of politics? Has anybody thought about that? Will people want to go into this? Or it should just be forgotten? After all, it is legal. Think about it, my brother. Again, politics is sweeping away everybody in this country. Teachers are becoming politicians. Pastors are leaving the pulpit. They want to be politicians. Everybody is leaving all the faces of professionalism in Ghana and running into politics. My brother, my sister, that is extremely dangerous. Can we find out why everybody wants to be a politician? The answer is not far-fetched. Politics is dirty. Politics is criminal. Politics is nothing but corrupt all over Africa. Politicians go in there with nothing. In no time, my brother, my sister, they own waterfront houses. They own barbering shops and fleets of cars. Their bank accounts all of a sudden grow pot bellies. My brother, my sister, we all remember the story of Eugene at the presidency, my brother, my sister, who used to hawk pampers and baby oil, running from door to door, knocking at people's gates. He couldn't make it. He was living hand to mouth. he found it good enough to leave Charterhouse and jump straight away from hawking baby powder and baby oil and get into politics. Today, his wife told us that he owned a fleet of cars, waterfront houses, and such other properties, my brother, my sister, that will shock you and put the Ghanaian hard worker to shame. Why would everybody not do politics? I am so ashamed of this country. Teachers are so disrespected. The other day, they tripled the salaries of police and soldier. Even with the triple salary, if Yatinge is still living it to go and do politics. Oh my God. ACP